Kia for Detroit. Cunningham, Hardaway, Thompson, Harris, and Duren. They do not have the services of Isaiah Stewart off the bench. He's dealing with inflammation in his right knee. That's a big hit. Brunson, Hart, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns for the New York Knicks. Pistons, one of the best turnarounds that we have seen from one season to the next. Finished with the 6th best record in the Eastern Conference at 44-38. Won the season series against the Knicks, which means absolutely nothing right now.
And welcome to the postseason, but you're right. They bounced back from last year. Can they bounce back here in Game 2?
Meanwhile, the Knicks won 51 games this season. First time they've gone back-to-back 50 wins since 91 to 95 when they did it 4 straight seasons. Josh Tiven, Curtis Blair, Ray Acosta, our officiating crew. Tiven will put the ball in the air. Towns will jump it up with Duren. We're underway in Game 2 at Madison Square Garden. Knicks control the tip. They shot 53% in Game 1. They scored 40 points in the 4th. Backdoor, Brunson on a kick. Towns give it up. Bridges. Off the drive, diagonal, Brunson. Little body bump with Thompson. Brunson lines it up, and it's off the heel.
And a great defensive possession, multiple efforts, switching. Detroit coming out aggressive on that end, Ian.
Looking for their first playoff win since 2008. Hardaway can't finish it. Duren the offensive rebound. Major slam for Duren. He just brought the hammer.
Yes, he did. So important to this team, especially with Stewart out. Duren's got to be effective and stay in the game, not get fouls like he did in Game 1.
Foul trouble from Duren. The Cunningham-Duren combo has been so impressive this season. Anunoby lets it fly, grazes the rim, and it's rebounded by Hardaway. First playoff appearance for the Pistons since 2019. They were swept by Milwaukee that year. In fact, they've lost 15 straight playoff games. That's an NBA record. Cunningham backs in, flips it with a left hand, no. Tipped home. Thompson can get off the floor in a hurry.
Yeah, and Thompson's activity, crashing the glass, back cuts, and of course the task of harassing Brunson. Very important for the Pistons.
Knicks are 11-5 at home in the playoffs under Tom Thibodeau. Inside, Anunoby finishes. So the Knicks are on the board. Team that finished with the 5th best offensive rating in the NBA this season. Duren way outside. Handoff, Cunningham. He tried to feed it to Duren. And Brunson steps in front for the steal. Brunson, shovel, Bridges, fires. No good. Weak side rebound for Asar Thompson. Tobias Harris could not crank it down. Bridges ahead, 5-on-4. Anunoby off, tip in goes. Bridges crashing the glass.
And you have to be impressed, New York, the pace here early, pushing the ball before that defense can get set from Detroit.
Tied at 4. 9:26 to go in this opening quarter. Thompson gets a touch, pull up, rims out. Karl Anthony Towns, the rebound. His rebounding numbers from last year to this year, quite a difference as a foul is called out front. Thompson takes the hit against Brunson.
And staying on the glass, inside on the interior, Jalen Duren getting involved early. And I like this, Cunningham being aggressive, getting to the paint where he operates, unable to convert, but you love the activity on the offensive glass from Thompson.
So Thompson picks up the personal foul. Jalen Brunson finished with 34 points, 8 assists in Game 1. Got off to a slow start. Brunson back in, picks up his dribble. That ball deflected by Harris, but Towns secures it. Towns, nobody there! Big finish on the cat attack. 6-4. Knicks. Cunningham. Contact from Bridges.
And in that last play right here, a little dribble, fake dribble handoff. You have to communicate and switch. A little bit of a mishap defensively, and Karl Anthony Towns with the Smitty getting baseline. Okay, a half Smitty.
Half Smitty. That does exist.
It does exist.
It's not quite the full Smitty, but he still gets the mention.
Hey, still effective. Any chance to talk about my guy, Steve Smith?
Duren powers his way in. Bodied up, it doesn't matter. Towns couldn't stop Duren on the interior.
And I like Duren being aggressive here. Put so much pressure on the rim for Detroit. Obviously, him being aggressive early is a must.
Brunson picked up by the versatile defender Thompson. Brunson, fake, kick, nobody home. He just tossed it into the front row. J.B. Bickerstaff in year number 1 as the head coach of the Pistons. When we spoke with him about game 1, he said, look, a lot of positives, and I focused on a lot of those positives with my team.
Well, when you have 9 guys who are making their postseason first-time appearance, you got to balance the accountability, the opportunity to learn, but also the very good things they did. They just didn't do it for the complete 48 minutes.
Knicks outscored the Pistons 62-46 in the paint in game 1. Turnover, Detroit. J.B. Bickerstaff giving his opinion to Josh Tiven. And it's going to be Thompson picking up his second personal.
And that's important. Thompson early. 2 fouls, having to guard Brunson.
Unless they gave it to Hardaway, and it appears that they did. Thompson remains on the floor. Brunson got thrown off his balance. He's using the Town screen. Down goes Thompson! And the bucket goes for Brunson.
So good.
The Knicks take a 2-point lead. 7:40 to play in this opening quarter. Switch. Bridges now. Screened by Duren. Cunningham trying to create on his own and missed the fadeaway. Good box out there by Hart. One of the best rebounding guards in the NBA. Not going coast to coast. Ball was tipped up in the air, and Harris swipes it out of bounds on the sideline. So the Knicks will retain.
And almost a turnover there. Josh Hart at times can be a one-man fast break. Great deflection there by Harris, but out of bounds. But once again, New York pushing the ball, getting the ball up and down the court before that Pistons defense can get set.
Tobias Harris, 14-year veteran, 2 deflections early here for Detroit. Towns hits the cutter, and Hart rejected by Duren.
A lot of contact there, too.
Cunningham shifting gears. Extra feed. Harris lines it up. Bottom. It's a 3.
And I am so much attention on Cade Cunningham when he gets into the paint. Those open opportunities will be there. Great decision and great shot and finish.
And the Pistons go in front by 1. Fast-moving opening quarter. Brunson. Pull up high off the window. The kiss from Jalen Brunson.
His change of pace, elite.
Knicks back in front by 1. Cunningham switch. Now it's Bridges. He saw Bridges and Anunoby at different times in game 1. Cunningham loses the ball because Bridges was there defensively, digs it out and saves it. Shot clock winding down. Hardaway missed it from the corner. The former Knick could not convert. Towns handling it. One-on-one with Duren. He runs into a wall, but hits the floater. Excuse me, Karl Anthony Towns.
And it's been that kind of season for Karl Anthony Towns here in New York, doing everything right. But obviously, we know his three-point shooting. What I've been impressed, though, his driving this season as a center, being aggressive. Thought he got fouled, but still delivering.
A delay of game violation warning for the Knicks. 12-9, New York. Thompson. Oh, wow. Thompson backing his way to the rim. Everybody in this arena wanted to travel, except the Pistons bench. 12-11, New York. Brunson beats his man off the dribble, feeds it, corner, Anunoby. No good. The box out by Duren triggers the break. Into the hands of Cunningham. Cunningham crosses and scores. He is tough to cover one-on-one. 6'6", 220, gliding to the rim.
And that's where he does so much of his damage in the paint. But I liked pushing the tempo, getting the Knicks on their heels defensively and making them pay.
Karl Anthony Towns likes the matchup with Harris. Spin, deuce.
And right there, the mismatch in size. Harris has been good this season defending in the post. Karl Anthony Towns has made him pay here in this series.
He is 3 of 3 to open play. Pull-up jump. It bounces through for Cade Cunningham. The feathery touch. 15-14 Detroit. Everything that we expected it to be here in this opening quarter. To the rim. Bridges with the adjustment. The Villanova connection.
And somewhere Jay Wright is smiling right there. Beautiful cut and pass, and look at this, Cat showing off the touch. We got a battle here in the Garden.
2025 NBA playoffs presented by Google. T is presented by NerdWallet. First quarter action here at the Garden. Let's bring in the third member of our crew, Stephanie Reddy.
Hey there, thanks so much. Listen, there's been a lot of talk about this game and how can Detroit learn from that first game. Well, I spoke with Cade Cunningham this morning and I asked him about the level of intensity, the level of physicality, because it is the playoffs. He said, yes, it was intense, it was physical, but he told me he thought it was the most fun basketball that he's ever played. It was so much fun that he's so much looking forward to tonight. He understands that the crowd is going to get behind the Knicks, but he feels very confident in their ability to tweak things just a bit, and we've already seen that happen, guys.
And Stephanie, they bring in experience, but Paul Reed just missed on the layup. Bridges pops, long rebound, tracked down by Harris. Beasley is in along with Schroeder. And the pocket pick, Bridges the skimmer, but it's too far for Brunson. Out of bounds.
And a lot happening right there on that possession, but right away, early on, the establishing the paint. As you see Tom Thibodeau here, a little unhappy with that turnover, but both teams of the 31 points scored, 24 have been in the paint. And that's not a surprise. With the aggressive defense and the physicality, getting to the rim is a must.
Cunningham one-on-one with Anunoby. The fade, you can't stop it. Cade Cunningham drains it from the baseline. And both teams are shooting 53%. They're 8 of 15 from the field. 17-16 Detroit. Mitchell Robinson is in for the Knicks. Hart, the fade, no good. Uncontested rebound for Cunningham. We're down to 3:35 to play in this opening quarter. Schroeder off the rim. Rebounded by Brunson. Push up the floor. Brunson looking for the angle. Shows it, kicks it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Hart matched up with Schroeder using the screen, picked up by Harris. Timer is down to 7. And Anunoby makes his move. That's a tough shot. And Schroeder is there for the board. Triggers it. Cunningham race to the rim. He finishes with the offhand. Cade Cunningham is going off in this first quarter. He's got 8.
And I like how he's taking advantage in transition. The strength to finish there. Cade Cunningham, aggressive early.
Pressure on Brunson. He handles it. He drives in on Schroeder, uses that muscle. In and out. It was halfway down and saved by Cunningham. Pistons lead by 3. Cunningham on the move. Slick pass. Reed couldn't catch it. Turnover. Brunson, no look. Bridges is there for the flush.
Once again, a turnover leading to an easy basket in transition. New York making them pay.
And the Knicks cut it to 1. We approach 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Harris on an island with Hart. Using his size, the turnaround is pure.
And we saw that there in game 1. Harris went off, had 25 points, 22 of them in the first half, and loves to post up and live in the mid-range.
Cunningham finished with 21 points, 12 assists, but he had 6 turnovers, didn't shoot it particularly well, 8 of 21. Squeezing through 2 defenders. What a find. Brunson to Bridges, but he misses on the 3 ball. Cunningham taking up a lot of real estate and a blocking foul on Brunson.
And Brunson, one of the best at taking charges, unable there, but Cunningham in transition before the defense can get set, uses the strength and the touch to finish. And Brunson with the beautiful pass. Elite play. First quarter in New York.
sir. Hey, Charles. Hey, don't forget to download the FanDuel Sports app, your home for live same-game parlays and all throughout the playoffs.
That's right. Hey, Chuck GPT, who you got winning it all this year?
Well, there are a lot of good teams this year, but that young Thunder squad is making waves, and the Celtics always bring that grit. It's shaping up to be a showdown. Man, you better grab your popcorn.
I couldn't have said that any better myself.
You're right. You sure couldn't have said it better.
That wasn't Charles America.
Yo, man,
The Chuck GPT is very likable, by the way. Very, very affable. Let's get you caught up here. During the timeout, Tom Thibodeau challenged the call on the floor and won the challenge. He was checking with the back of the bench, the assistant coaches who look at it, and then got word, and they had already hit the timeout, but they were granted the challenge. So the foul was called on Cunningham, an offensive foul. Foul was taken away from Brunson. Changes now with Cam Payne in the game for New York. What an impact he had in game one. Payne finished with 14 points in 14 minutes. And a change for Detroit. Ron Holland, the rookie who played with G League Ignite, now in for the Pistons. Also, Deuce McBride for the Knicks. Holland trying to defend Bridges. Kick it, McBride. His jump shot, too strong. We are under a minute to play now in the first. Running the floor, Duren is fouled by Payne.
And Duren getting out in transition. But look right here, Ian. 3 guys on Cade Cunningham. Every time he gets to the paint, the Knicks are sending bodies at Cade Cunningham. So he's going to have to maybe make a better read in those situations, find open players. But obviously New York not letting him get an easy look at the rim.
And that is 2 fouls now on Cam Payne. He was called for an offensive foul, and now this one on the defensive end. The NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Kia Telluride X-Line. Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA. Another free throw here for Duren. He shot it at 67% during the regular season in his 3rd year now in the NBA, and has a chance to be a force at this level. He's 21 years old.
Impressive young player. Actually almost 80% from the free throw line, 79% last season. Took a little dive this year, but I love this young man's game.
And Detroit now leads by 5. They led game 1 by as many as 9, and Shamet tossed it away. He thought his teammate was going to be in the area, but was wrong. Turnover, New York. They had 11 of them in game 1. Pistons turned it over 21 times on Saturday night. Shamet poke away. Beasley to Duren. Cunningham, no. Popped him in the air, and Duren couldn't get it to go. It's grabbed by Robinson. 6-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Herky-jerky move from Payne. Knock away by Schroeder. Hot potato. Out of bounds, and the Knicks will retain.
And you see the difference when Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns go to the bench. The offense right now, not efficient. A few turnovers, not good possessions for New York. And certainly trying to buy time with their 2 All-Stars on the bench. Oh, it looks like now Towns checking in. With 3 or 4 possessions, not very smooth for Tom Thibodeau and his Knicks.
So Towns in the game. He is going to replace Anunoby. Cade Cunningham gets his first rest with 20 seconds to play in this opening quarter. And Tobias Harris will check in as J.B. Bickerstaff is looking to match up here. And he's going to replace Beasley. Pistons go a little bigger with Towns now in there. Payne. Get it in. Robinson. 10 to shoot. Payne loses his footing. Nearly lost the ball. Trying to save it. He rolls it to McBride. The jump shot doesn't go. Robinson offensive rebound. Knicks can hold for 1. Out of bounds. Off of New York with 5.7 to go.
And almost a shot there made by McBride, but just sloppy execution for the Knicks. Almost a turnover. Got a shot attempt and offensive rebound, but once again turned the ball over, and not the ending of a quarter offensively that Tibbs wanted from his group.
So 5 turnovers on each side. The Knicks are 0 of 8 from three-point range. Cunningham is in. Schroeder ends up on the floor. And a foul is called with 1.9 on the clock.
He kind of flew to half court. I'm not sure what happened there.
And if it's Payne, it's number 3.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to set a screen. Maybe tripped over Anunoby there. Could not tell from that angle. Oh, no, he was pushed in the back by Payne. And
they're going to give the foul to Anunoby.
Should have been on Payne, though.
And it's going to send Schroeder to the free throw line. So the Knicks had possession, turn it over with 5.7 to go here in the first, and now Schroeder is at the strike. Are they changing this call? They are. They have charged it to Payne. Number 3. The veteran Dennis Schroeder, 84% shooter, will get another. Playing on his 3rd team this season. He originally started the year with the Nets, was traded to Golden State, now Detroit, and he has been a jolt of energy for them and experience.
A great fit.
1.9 to go. Payne. The defense there from Holland. There's no call, and we end the first with the Pistons in front, 25-18. Going to the second quarter here at Madison Square Garden. First round coverage on TNT is presented by NerdWallet. Presented by Patron Additive Free Tequila. Best turnarounds in NBA history. Winning percentage increase. Celtics, Spurs twice, Suns, Celtics again, and the Pistons here in 24-25. During the timeout, Stephanie with Detroit head man J.B. Bickerstaff.
Thank you so much, Coach. What are you happy with in this first quarter?
Our defense, for sure. I thought our defense was physical. It was disruptive, and then we did a great job on the boards. A couple breakdowns where we gave them some backdoor cuts and those types of things. But if our defense is good, it gives us an opportunity to get out and transition when we're at our best.
As the game progresses, you don't want to have those breakdowns. We saw what happened in Game 1. How do you avoid that in tonight's game?
Just the consistency in our mindset. Understanding quarter by quarter our urgency level has to rise to match their urgency level. But again, it's got to come down to us executing our stuff at a high level, and we'll be good.
Thanks for stopping, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Stephanie. Tobias Harris misses on the 3 ball after the Beasley miss, but the offensive rebound from Duren. And Detroit leads at 25-18.
And Bickerstaff talked about their defense with a great move there and tremendous footwork and finish by McBride. But to end that first half, the Knicks missed 7 of their last 8 shots. Credit the good defense. And credit as a goaltending call there, I think, on Towns.
Joe Dennis Schroeder will get credit for it. This was the move from McBride, the step through for 2.
A la Jalen Brunson right there with the great footwork on the interior.
Probably picked up some pointers along the way.
I'm sure they played one-on-one before.
7-point lead for the Pistons. Payne feeds the post, and it's Towns. Schroeder fakes on the double. One-on-one, Harris. 6 to shoot. Spin, fade, and Towns missed it. Robinson, the offensive board. Knicks reload now with Payne. Penetrates, floats it up. Robinson tried to guide it through, and it rolls out. Pistons have Duren, Beasley, Schroeder, Holland, and Harris. The Beasley jumper is silky smooth. 10-point lead for the Pistons. Beasley, the 5th player with 300-plus threes in a season, joining Curry, Anthony Edwards, Harden, and Klay Thompson. Back in. Towns. Bully ball.
That looked like the 90s Knicks right there. But you can't allow Towns 4 dribbles backing down against a smaller defender. The help for Detroit has to come from somewhere.
8 points now for Karl Anthony Towns. Pistons lead the Knicks by 8. Just over 2 minutes elapsed in this second quarter. High screen Duren. Schroeder. His jump shot. Around and out. Controlled by New York. Brunson remains on the bench. Cunningham for Detroit on the bench as well. Towns, foul is called before the shot. It will be against Tobias Harris. And now Brunson will take off the warm-up and check in.
And Duren right here, a little thing right there, but a great screen. Jalen Duren and, of course, Isaiah Stewart out tonight with that injury, but great at setting screens. We look 5-6 dribbles, a back down. Reminds me of the time when I played for the Pistons and I'm trying to guard the late Anthony Mason, who would back you down and abuse you there in the paint.
You played for the Pistons?
Many years ago. They wore teal back then.
I'm going to Google it. Tippin doesn't go for Robinson, but a foul is called.
And smart right there. Jalen Duren comes to help from the baseline as Tobias Harris trying to guard Karl Anthony Towns, and Robinson slips in there and has a smaller defender able to draw a foul on that offensive rebound attempt.
Ron Holland picks it up. Get it in for McBride. That was a non-shooting foul. It was off the rebound action. Brunson got him. It's a three.
And he didn't waste any time.
Shot it at 38% from downtown this season. Cuts it to a 5-point Detroit lead. Harris puts his head down and scores.
Yeah, and initiating that contact, able to freeze Robinson a little bit. I like the aggressive play from Tobias Harris.
32-25 Pistons. Harris now with 7 points. Robinson faked the handoff to Brunson, handed to McBride. Gets the step on Schroeder and missed it because Duren was there. Robinson feeds it. Brunson back to back. That's a tray. 10 points for Jalen Brunson. Schroeder, no hesitation. Got a three. Shot making on both sides. Pistons now in front 35-28. Schroeder backs down to no one. Brunson short. Harris surveys ahead for Beasley. Holland now. And a foul is called on the push.
You said it best. Guard play at the highest level. Robinson, I love his activity, but the awareness to find Jalen Brunson, good things happen. And you said it best. This little matchup between Schroeder and Brunson, they went at it a little bit there in that game one. Schroeder had some good moments. And as you said, unafraid. Jalen Brunson didn't waste much time coming back into the game, getting involved and getting going on the offensive end.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by New Balance and by Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food food. Robinson sits, 6 rebounds and 9 minutes of action. The Pistons make some changes with Cunningham back in along with Reed. Cade Cunningham, 8 points, 6 boards, 4 assists. A very busy opening quarter. Beasley stays in there. Beasley drives, floats it up, no, but a foul on Bridges. Josh Hart back in for the Knicks.
And I like that Beasley, known as a catch and shoot guy, as you said, hit a high volume of threes there, but when he's guarded closely, not afraid to put the ball on the floor there, and he initiated that foul, drawing that, getting to the free throw line.
Earn badges to win prizes with the NBA ID Playoff Challenge. Members in the U.S. and Canada who complete the challenge get the chance at a trip to the NBA Draft. Play now in the NBA app or on NBA.com/ID. Another free throw here for Beasley, a career year for him on a 1-year, $6 million deal. He's played with Denver, Minnesota, Utah, the Lakers, Milwaukee. Experienced. And the shooting numbers through the roof, 42% from three-point territory.
And the shooting of Beasley, you bring in Hardaway Jr. as well as Tobias Harris. It really created spacing for Cade Cunningham to operate and have a stellar season.
Fadeaway doesn't go for Brunson, and Detroit trying to bring this lead to double figures. Beasley can't hit the three. Reed helping out on the offensive glass.
And right there, poor transition defense. Beasley wide open in the three, and then no one there to block out 2 guys for Detroit at the rim.
39-28. This is the largest cushion of the night for Detroit. Towns takes it at Harris. Hooks a pass to the corner. It's Bridges. Book it.
Good possession there, New York. Drive and kick action. Get that defense to shift for the easy two.
Cunningham drains the long two-pointer. Pistons have had answers throughout this first half, playing with a lot of poise. Body bump, Reed defending and takes it away from Brunson. It's a 3-on-2 developing, but Bridges steps in for the steal. Bounce it, Anunoby shovels, and Towns throws it down. Timeout, J.B. Bickerstaff. Pistons had a break and couldn't take advantage. The interception by Bridges leads to 2 on the other end. First half action continues from MSG. On hand here at the Garden, Paul Rudd, John McEnroe, and David Zasloff, CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery. David has continued the relationship with the NBA over the next decade, finding innovative ways to partner up, and also has added a bunch to the sports portfolio at TNT Sports, including John McEnroe working Roland Garros, NASCAR, Big 12, Big East, college football playoffs. You're going to be involved in some of that too, aren't you?
I will next year, and you know, it's interesting. You are the company you keep. And
yeah.
Mr. Zasloff is flanked by John McEnroe, Paul Rudd, 2 legends, and for a month I was flanked by Iron Eagle and Bill Raftery.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, and
Onions.
so I got to do better.
Oh, wait. Whoa. You switched it up in the end.
Oh, you know,
I thought you had legends.
No, I did. 2 legends. It was an honor. Honor and a thrill.
Thompson on the inside. And a loose ball foul after the turnover. So some frustration from Detroit. They have kept their cool throughout this first half. It's just been really impressive how they've handled their business so far.
I agree. I mean, to be a young team, to have been in control of that game, a fantastic third quarter. They scored 36 points in that quarter in game 1, and then to implode in the fourth. How do they bounce back? Well, they've looked pretty good on both ends of the floor, minus that last turnover.
They changed the Cunningham jump shot to a 3. Checked it during the timeout. That's why Detroit now has the 10-point lead. It was initially called a long 2. The block by Reed. He gums Towns on the perimeter, out of bounds.
And a great closeout there against Towns, who doesn't need much space to get his 3-point shot off, but I like the activity from Reed and filling in for Isaiah Stewart here, doing a good job.
The Knicks are 2 of 12 from 3-point territory. The jumper, Brunson snaps it in.
And he just makes the difficult look easy. A step back contested 3-pointer. Brunson, the only thing going right now offensively for New York.
Cunningham taking it to the rim around Bridges for 2. 13 now for Cade Cunningham. Anunoby, one-on-one. Oh, he pulled a Mahorn on him. Took the chair out from under him. Thompson saves it, break opportunity. Reed bounces at Bridges, steps in front of Beasley, turnover. And then contact from Reed at midcourt against Brunson.
And you've seen a few here of turnovers off of transition opportunities for Detroit, just not able to capitalize there. Reed running the point. And it's keeping New York within distance, these unforced live ball turnovers by the Pistons. And I like the Rick Mahorn reference.
Got to get one in, right?
The ultimate bad boy. We know he's watching.
44-35, Pistons in front. 9 turnovers for Detroit, 7 for New York. Reed now sits. Duran is back in. And Brunson just bounced it off his foot, out of bounds.
And Brunson has hit some shots, but a lot of isolation one-on-one basketball. I think the Knicks at their best when they get ball movement and get that defense to shift.
OG Anunoby had 23.7 rebounds in game 1. Cunningham is fouled by Anunoby. He's been held to 2 points, 1 board here in game 2. Meanwhile, Tobias Harris has been highly effective. 9 points and 3 rebounds for Detroit.
Tobias picking up where he left off in that first half on Saturday. But really the key here is Cunningham, 6 for 9 from the field. He's 1 for 1 from the three-point line. He's just been aggressive. And as we said, gets a lot of points in the paint, able to use his size, and crafty drawing that foul.
Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today. Make every playoff moment more on America's #1 sportsbook. Towns sits, replaced by Robinson. We did see them together briefly in the first quarter. They did play alongside one another effectively in game 1. Cade Cunningham just doing his thing. 15 points. He's got 7 boards. 46-35 Pistons. The 6th seed leading the 3 seed in the East here in game 2. Brunson slipped there. Robinson, the bullet feed. Cunningham secures it. Picked up by Hart. Cunningham backs it out with 4:35 on the clock in this first half. Cunningham, the handles, off balance, short, foul call.
And there was some contact, a little bit of a late call or late whistle there by the officials. But I like how they spread 1-4 low. They like the mismatch of Cunningham on Hart. And Hart is in disbelief. But once again, with the shooting out there on the perimeter, Tobias Harris, Hardaway, you can flatten the floor and let Cunningham go to work.
Second foul on OG Anunoby, the 4th team foul against the Knicks. Look at the upcoming NBA playoff schedule. NBA TV tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. The Bucks and the Pacers in game 2. TNT tomorrow night. Grizzlies and Thunder. Timberwolves and Lakers, game 2s in those series. Go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app for more. Another one for Cunningham. He shot it at 85% at the line this season. They've extended the lead to 13. Detroit is 10 of 10 at the free throw line. The Knicks are yet to attempt a free throw in this first half.
Right now, Knicks out of sync offensively, really just bailed out by the great isolation player Brunson.
2 defenders on Brunson. Threads the needle. Ball gets tipped. Anunoby spins on Hardaway. And Anunoby, the man can finger roll. It's an 11-point lead for the Pistons. Harris has the size advantage on Brunson. Thompson flashes, 10 to shoot. Thompson in and out, long rebound, knocked over to Anunoby. Anunoby makes his move, forced to kick it out. Hart is there. And that one's intercepted by Harris. Bounces for Hardaway, steps into the 3. And it's off the mark, rebounded by Harris, extended possession. Cunningham, Euros. No call. Anunoby ahead for Bridges. Knicks are running, 3-on-2 developing. If they hurry, and now Detroit gets back. Bullet feed, corner hard. He's got it, a 3.
And right there, a missed layup by Cunningham. And then a corner 3 by Josh Hart, a 5-point swing. And Hart trying to bring some life and energy on the court for this Knicks team.
48-40, Detroit. Cunningham gives up his dribble. Under 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Robinson harassing Duren. He's going to pick up the foul. And the Knicks are over the limit. 2:55 remaining. Tonight's officials are crew chief Josh Tiven, referee Curtis Blair, umpire Ray Acosta, alternate Scott Twardowski, the replay center official in Secaucus, New Jersey, Scott Foster. They're among 36 officials selected to work the first round of the 2025 playoffs. A group which has an average of over 17 years of NBA experience, includes 9 officials who have worked 100 or more playoff games. Pistons have an 8-point lead over the Knicks. We have 2:55 to go in this first half.
And speaking of the officials, a tough matchup to call. Both teams so physical, they play hard. And as you said earlier, these Pistons, you know, the key is being physical without being overly emotional. I thought they got a little emotional there in that fourth quarter Saturday in game 1, but they have come out locked and focused, and certainly sticking to their game plan early here in this first half.
So the Pistons have not missed a free throw, 11 of 11. The Knicks have not attempted one. They have not gone an entire first half this season without a free throw attempt.
Does that mean that the refs aren't making the call, or they're not being aggressive, attacking, getting to the rim?
I believe that's my question to you, not your question to me.
Oh, thought I beat you to it.
10-point lead for Detroit. Brunson one-on-one with Schroeder, drives it, floats it, scores it.
Brunson right there, not settling, attacking, so good off the bounce. Great change of pace.
15 points for Jalen Brunson. It's back to an 8-point game. Duren out on the perimeter trying to get rid of it. Cunningham using the Duren screen. Outside, Harris can't hit the jumper. Rebounded by Hart. Push up the floor, leave it for Bridges. Under 2 minutes to go now in this first half. Bridges asking for it against the former Nick Hardaway. Isolation, turnaround, bounces down for Bridges.
Talk about a friendly roll right there. But I like the post up. I like Bridges there using his length.
10 points for Mikal Bridges. His former teammate in Brooklyn, Dennis Schroeder, now for Detroit. Splash from the outside. 52-44 Pistons. Bench scoring 14-2 in favor of the Pistons. Knew that was an advantage entering the series. Brunson missed it on the banker. He thought he was going to get a call. Get it ahead. Harris one-on-one Bridges. Cunningham lets it fly off the rim, and Anunoby snatches it.
And they are letting them play. A lot of contact on both ends.
Under a minute to go. First half. Bridges connects for three. 52-47. Pistons. 45 seconds left. First half. Cunningham. One-on-one with Hart. Hart crowds him. Cunningham does feed it for Harris. Shot clock is winding down. Cunningham trying to make it happen. Stumble, flip, foul with 1.3 on the 24.
And the Knicks not happy there, but look at this elbow. Brunson, or a lot of contact there. Looked like both guys kind of elbowed each other. And Brunson able to turn that corner. And smart right here, low clock, just put your head down. Cunningham getting to the paint. And it looked like he was tripped on that drive.
And the trip was called against Hart. So before any contact with Anunoby. And that's the first miss of the line for the Pistons. The chase for the cup continues Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. The Edmonton Oilers face the Los Angeles Kings on TBS and Max.
And I tell you right now, the Knicks, the last 4 minutes have been really solid. This thing could have, gone the other way, gone south for them, but they've been out of sync this first half and still attached here with 31 seconds left.
1 out of 2. Brunson, watched by Schroeder. 7-second difference, shot clock to game clock, winding down in this first half. Back in, Brunson. Contact, Schroeder.
And that had been building the last 3-4 possessions between those two. The cat and mouse, the gamesmanship, and Brunson right there drawing a foul on Schroeder. And in that first game, Brunson drew 11 fouls, and there was a lot of complaints from Detroit that he was flopping and the antics and so on and so forth, but he had to work for that foul and that free throw attempt here.
So the Knicks get to the free throw line for the first time of this first half. 17.4 on the clock. Brunson has put up 16 points. Bridges has scored 13. Towns has scored 10. High man for Detroit is Cunningham with 18. Second free throw for Brunson. 4-point game. 15 seconds to play. Second quarter. Cunningham defended by Anunoby. 6 seconds left. Cunningham, head and shoulder fake. Drive, fade, he's got it! 20 points for Cunningham. 2 seconds, 1, Bridges half court. Off the front of the rim, and that is the end of the first half. The Pistons handling themselves quite well after the disappointing loss in game 1 and the frustrating fourth quarter. Detroit has got the lead over the New York Knicks in game 2, 55-49. We'll send it to Atlanta coming up. First round coverage on TNT presented by NerdWallet.
Make sure we're all talking boxes and elbows. Be active with your hands. Use your chest. Hold your ground. Hold your ground. More physicality.
Hey, but defensively, we got to be great. Defensively, we got to be great. Every rebound, every loose ball, let's come up with it. Let's run.
Back at the Garden, let's check out our coaching adjustments presented by Progressive. In that first half, Detroit turned it over 9 times. That was actually down from game 1 in overall turnovers, but an issue in the first half, and New York struggling to defend Cade Cunningham, Ian Eagle, Grant Hill, Stephanie Redding. All right, give us both perspectives here, Grant. The Detroit perspective, New York perspective.
Well, first of all, it's been a slugfest here. The officials letting them play. You know, I thought New York struggled there, a little out of sync offensively, but only down 6. They got to tighten up on the offensive end. And of course, they cannot foul defensively against the Pistons. Pistons got to continue to get downhill, get to the free throw line, and feed Cade Cunningham. Cunningham 0 assists in that first half. Got to expect that they'll try to double team him. He must look for open shooters.
Largest lead for Detroit was 13. Brunson was looking for a call, didn't get it. Ended up on his backside. Pistons are running. Cunningham flicks it for the Hardaway 3. And Hart is there for the board. Get into it quickly. Loop it for Bridges. Karl Anthony Towns, he logged 14 minutes of action in that first half. Did score in double figures with 10. The back in on Hardaway. And out of bounds off of Detroit. 6 to shoot.
And right there, the mismatch against Hardaway Jr., but great help by Duren. Looked like Towns just could not complete the pass to the open cutter.
Knicks had 40 points in the fourth quarter, game 1, 49 first half here in game 2. And that shot from Brunson is off the mark for 3. Pistons lead by 6. Cunningham, step back Jay is good.
And I love his game. He just plays at an easy pace, gets hit to his spots. Great confidence there in the mid-range and makes it look easy at times.
So the Pistons now lead at 57-49. A minute and a half gone by in this third quarter. Towns, the jumper, no good. Missed it from three-point territory. Harris rushes ahead. Met there by Bridges. Now they clear out the area. Cunningham watched by Anunoby. Screen, Hardaway. Cunningham off the dribble. Floater, no. Tipped outside. Bridges has got it. Pull-up jump. Book it. A 3.
When Bridges, like Hart, they get the rebound. They always are looking to push the ball, be aggressive, and a timely three-pointer there by Bridges.
16 now for Mikal Bridges. Cunningham works his way inside, stripped of the ball, out of bounds off of New York.
And I said, look, Cunningham is not looking to pass. He's looking to score every time. So when he puts the ball down, a great double team, almost a turnover there by the help by Anunoby.
Get it in. Bridges knock away. Now it's a race to the ball. Bridges ends up on the floor. Duren came over. And it's going this way.
And how about the foot speed of Duren running there with Bridges? Bridges getting a deflection, but Duren is a big man running with him. And a little nudge there at the end for a good measure.
And the first foul called on Duren. 9:39 mark of the third. 57-52 Pistons.
That would make Lambeer proud, that little nudge.
I mean, that was just par for the course, no?
I agree.
Bridges probing. Kick for Hart. Hart trying to get involved offensively. Rejected, but a foul.
And I like that right there. Josh Hart just putting his head down, the hard drive, knowing he's going to endure some contact, grabbing his left elbow as he comes to the free throw line, but putting the onus on the officials to make a call. And only 2 free throws in that first half. At the end of the second quarter from New York, Hart gets to the line the hard way.
Second foul on Hardaway. And Hart was grabbing his left elbow at the end of the play. He'll shoot another. Josh Hart, 78% on the season. Took a little time before he got up on his feet.
And you know when he's grimacing, of all people, he's got to be feeling it. But a pit bull and an emotional leader for this Knicks team.
9 triple-doubles this season for Josh Hart. That is the most in a single season in franchise history, topping Walt Clyde Frazier, who is sitting just to the left of us. I don't know if you noticed him.
I couldn't see him.
you could see him. Hardaway pull up, short. Rebound, Thompson, put back, no, but a foul. 2 free throws here for Ausar Thompson. That's why you could see him.
Oh, there he is, yes. I was wondering
you didn't notice.
Who was dressed like that.
Clyde has been dressing fly his whole life.
That he has been.
Second foul on Karl Anthony Towns. And free throws here for Thompson, who shoots it at 64%. The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Tissot. Ausar Thompson, 22 years old. Numbers improved scoring-wise. He went from 8.8 points per game to 10.1. Steals are just under 2 per game. He's got that ridiculous 7-foot wingspan on the 6'7" frame.
He's got an old-school mentality as well. Just does the little thing for the Pistons.
Pull up, Brunson, high arcer, rebounded by Hart. Reload it for Anunoby. Contact, Cunningham goes down. Anunoby free look, and it bounces off. Grabbed by Harris. Pistons lead by 5. Cunningham, the pull-up jump. Long rebound. Towns kicks it over to Cunningham. Harris, feed it on the side. Hardaway misses on the tray. Hart up the floor in a hurry. Brunson spots up, fly by. Brunson short on a 3. And Duren secures another rebound.
And a great late contest there by Ausar Thompson on that jumper from Brunson.
Neither team shooting it well here in the third. And Harris is going to the free throw line. Ball movement for Detroit leads to a Towns foul. Both teams are 1 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. It's number 3 on Cat.
And I think right now, as you see guys breathing heavy, I mean, the pace up and down and the physicality certainly takes a lot out of you on both ends for both teams.
2 free throws here for Tobias Harris. Let's take a look at our FanDuel Live point spread for tonight's game. Start of the game, Knicks were -6.5. Currently -0.5 point. Everybody talked about the inexperience of Detroit because Cade Cunningham playing in the postseason for the first time, Jalen Duren, Ausar Thompson, but players like Tobias Harris and Tim Hardaway and Dennis Schroeder have had a lot of postseason experience.
Yeah, they've been in these moments and they've really relied on their play in these 2 games, and they have delivered. But tonight, Cade Cunningham has stepped up big time for the Pistons.
Bridges short. Harris the board. Pistons going pedal to the metal. Harris stripped of the ball. Anunoby got a piece. Ricochets over to Hardaway. Plenty of time on the shot clock.
Mismatch inside. Brunson with Duren.
Thompson, ball fake, hangs, Rebound, foot four. Duren trying to grab it. He saves. Hardaway can't hit the three. Popped up in the air. No. Another chance, and it goes for Tobias Harris.
I love the activity from Detroit, but right now, as I said, the officials letting them play. You got to push through the fatigue and the physicality if you're the Knicks.
And the lead is up to 9. Detroit is +9 on the glass. Towns short. Hart got his hands on it. Cunningham off to the races. He's got Thompson in the wing. Upstairs. It's good. And a foul. Not the traditional alley-oop, but put it on the board for the Pistons.
Right here in transition, nobody back other than Brunson. Somehow Thompson able to gather, kind of deflect the ball into the rim there.
And they're talking about it. Thompson indicating you got to count that. So is J.B. Bickerstaff, and the officials huddle up to discuss.
I'm not entirely sure. It looked like the foul happened. I was going to wonder if the foul happened before he deflected the ball into the rim. It looks to me like a three-point play opportunity, but I'm sure they'll review it.
Josh Tibbin makes his way over to the scorer's table, along with Curtis Blair and Ray Acosta. You always try to think it through. If he dunks that, is it an and one?
The play is under review to see if it meets the criteria for a clear path foul and a possible flagrant foul.
Oh.
So this is an entirely different story of what it is they're looking for right now. So Thompson getting upstairs. They think the basket is going to count, and they're celebrating the three-point opportunity, but they're not putting the basket on the board, and they're checking to see if Brunson went high on the push for Thompson.
I didn't see anything that was worthy of elevating that call right there. I thought it was just a common foul, but I'm not batting 100 this year on these reviews, so we'll see. I'll tell you, I've been impressed. The Pistons at halftime, we saw that in game one. They came out in the third quarter, 36 points in the third quarter, one of their most efficient offensive quarters of the season, and they have brought the intensity, the focus, and been well.
No defender between the ball and the basket, and the pass has been released. It meets all the criteria for a clear path foul. It's going to be 2 free throws for Thompson, and it'll be Detroit ball, free throw line extended with 20 on the shot clock.
Okay, so in the wash, Detroit ends up benefiting. Take another look. Cunningham on the lob. Here's the contact here. Thompson goes upstairs. Oh, he grabs the rim. So that's the end right there. They're not going to count that basket either way, but they are going to get the clear path, which is 2 free throws and possession.
Right now, all the breaks going, for the Pistons here in this third quarter. The Knicks are going to have to regroup and focus, and really a lot of it starting on the offensive end. Poor offense, allowing Detroit the freedom to excel in the open court.
You still have time to win $1 million. Make your picks with NBA Pick'em Bracket Challenge presented by Castrol. Submit your playoff bracket before they lock this week. NBA.com/bracket or on the NBA app. Thompson comes up empty. He's now 1 of 4 at the free throw line. The Pistons will retain possession, leading by 9. 7:01 to go in the third.
Right now, Duren on the bench here for Detroit. Reed gave some good minutes in the first half. Can New York capitalize with their rim protector, the Pistons, on the bench here?
Paul Reed is in. Isaiah Stewart not available. Cunningham floater. He gets the roll.
And just really getting whatever he wants here on the offensive end. It's been a handful tonight for the Knicks.
Cade Cunningham, 24 points to lead the Pistons. Contact from Thompson. Down goes Brunson. Personal foul on Asar Thompson of Detroit.
And they have really been physical with Brunson all night, on the ball and off the ball. And you see it right here. Thompson fighting through the screen, and Brunson selling it.
2025 NBA playoffs presented Monday night at MSG. Celebrities on hand for the Knicks and the Pistons. Ben Stiller, Fat Joe, Timothy Chalamet. Another day at the office for Rainn Wilson. Former Ranger great Henrik Lundqvist. Stephon Marbury in the background there. And there's Bernard King, who did a number on the Pistons back in '84 in the playoffs, and Patrick Ewing.
And a lot of points scored in this building between those two.
Carmelo Anthony. Time for him to chat. 6.5 to go in the third. Here at MSG with the Pistons leading at 64-53. Brunson put it up high. Knocked out of there by Towns, but right to Cunningham. That's saucy! Cade Cunningham! Razzle-dazzle jam.
Wow. That was smooth, too, the behind the back. Right now, I think that length giving trouble to Brunson as he drives on his penetration opportunities.
Brunson misses on the floater. Battle for the loose ball, and it's claimed by Detroit. Stepping in front is Hart. Feed it, Brunson. Fake on a three. He got Reed to commit. Knock away. Brunson trying to dig it out. Fight for it. Thompson with Towns getting his hands on it. Man, they are allowing them to battle time and time again, and the Pistons get a timeout.
It's like a vintage Eastern Conference playoff match.
From which era? What year is it? Timeout. Well, we saw Bernard King. Let's take you back. 1984 first round Knicks Pistons. King, sensational series. 46 points in both games, 2 and 3. Franchise playoff scoring record that stood until last season. 44 points in the decisive game 5 of that series. He averaged 42.6 points per game. And he's trying to rally on the Knicks, but Cade Cunningham is putting together a highlight reel of his own.
And he's looking like a young Bernard King right now, scoring in the mid-range and so smooth in transition, pointing at the legends, the Knicks legends, on the baseline.
Cunningham now with 26 points, 9 rebounds. The Detroit lead is 13. Beasley misses on a 3-ball. It died at the rim. No field goals for the Knicks over the last 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, 1 for 10 in the third quarter. Just 1 offensive rebound. Nothing going their way on the offensive end. And Towns missing point blank at the rim.
Nothing is working right now for New York. They are 1 of 11 in the quarter. Cunningham directing traffic, screen from Harris. Cunningham circles, leaves it. Reed, layup, goes.
And Cunningham just making all the right decisions, the right reads against the defense, whether scoring or finding the open teammate.
11-0 run as Thompson picks up the foul for Detroit.
And he's begging the bench to review this right here, as he's, although most guys, when they get called for a foul,
I mean, that's become the universal reaction. Just make the swirly motion. You look over to your coach, and then the coach stares back at you. Then he looks at the back row.
It's a lot of pressure on the back row on the bench.
And they are now telling J.B. Bickerstaff they want to challenge it. So the indicator from Thompson went initially to J.B. Bickerstaff. Then he looked over to the bench. There was a delayed reaction, and because the ball had not been tossed in yet, they'll challenge it.
So in other words, Bickerstaff not trusting his teammate or his guy, trusting his bench,
yes,
more so than trusting Thompson.
Call timeout to
time for a visible wireless timeout.
Hi, we're Visible. If you're looking for one-line wireless plans without hidden fees and surprise charges for just $25 a month, Visible is for you. That's one line for one flat rate, taxes and fees included on Verizon's 5G network. Plus, with unlimited data and hotspot, you can scroll to your heart's content. Finally, a clear choice in wireless for just $25 a month. Cue the confetti. Your wireless should be visible. Switch at visible.com.
Everybody was curious how the Pistons would handle themselves in Game 2 after what happened in the fourth quarter of Game 1. You could tell very early that Detroit fully engaged, not intimidated in the least bit.
Yeah, and what's been impressive with this team tonight, but also all season, the emotional maturity, the bounce back. You didn't have a great finish there Saturday in Game 1. You come out, and from the start, they were locked in. They executed offensively, sticking to the game plan from J.B. Bickerstaff. And the adjustments at halftime, much like Game 1, they've come out here and been dominant and really taken New York out of anything they're trying to do on the offensive end.
So that was the call. And right away, Thompson indicated, almost pleaded with his head coach, challenge it. So they've looked at all the angles. Now they have the deeper discussion amongst the three officials after putting the headset on and communicating with Secaucus, New Jersey, in the replay center.
He was pleading like you and I pleading with Raftery. Can we leave the bar and go back to the hotel? Like,
yes.
This is
Thompson's arm is in an illegal position as he defends Brunson on the way down the floor.
They're going to lose the challenge.
Foul stands. The challenge is unsuccessful. It'll be New York ball in the backcourt. Detroit has no further challenges.
So after all of that, it's a loss.
It's a loss. It looked like right there Brunson might have grabbed his arm, hooked his arm. That's what Thompson was arguing.
Please.
And the officials thought differently. Please, Raf, can we leave?
You can't. Have you been out with the man?
Oh, my liver is detoxing after a month with Raf.
68-53, the Pistons in front. So the foul against Thompson. Knicks trying to find something here in the third quarter. Anunoby, the fake, and the floater.
And maybe their best possession this quarter. The ball went side to side. You got that defense to shift. And Anunoby with the high, efficient field goal attempt there in the paint.
Just 6 points for OG Anunoby. Knocked away by Bridges. Beasley retrieves it. Two-man action with Duren. Now a switch to the big. Beasley, the jump shot, overcooked it. Knocked out of bounds off of Harris.
And how about that inside? Harris and Duren against Josh Hart at 6'4". And Josh able to get his hand on that rebound attempt and deflect it off of Harris.
68-55. Pistons in front. Anunoby, he made an adjustment to pass it to Robinson, and he knocks it out of bounds.
And he should have committed to the shot. Robinson was anticipating Anunoby's shooting, was not looking, and a missed opportunity for New York.
We are under 4 minutes to go in the third. 13th Knick turnover. Give and go. Schroeder stepping in front. Brunson for the steal. Brunson shovels. Bridges. They need it. They got it. A three. Ten-point game. 3.5 to play in the third. Here's Harris one-on-one with Hart. Harris, step back Jay, doesn't go. Robinson grabs it. Trying to bring this back to single digits. Somehow that pass made its way to Hart. Bridges, short. And the rebound corralled by Schroeder. Get it ahead, Beasley. He beats Anunoby off the dribble, and the layup goes.
And you have to respect Beasley as a shooter, but he attacked the closeout for that easy two.
70-58. Pistons. Stop and go. Brunson flips it in. We all remember what the Knicks did in Game 1. They went on a 21-0 run in the fourth quarter. The Pistons got stuck in quicksand and then couldn't quite recover. Schroeder. It's an offensive foul.
Right here, great defense. Brunson getting the steal out in transition before the Pistons defense can get set, trusting his teammate Bridges for the three. And on the other end, attacking the closeout off the bounce, Beasley getting to the 2. So, and of course, the hook on the drive. And Brunson drawing a foul. Once again, the defense starting to ramp up here for New York late third quarter.
13 turnovers each way. We approach 2 minutes to go in the third. Brunson one-on-one with Hardaway. The jumper, no good. Duren clears it. Cunningham has been masterful. The drive, the banker goes for Cade Cunningham.
We talked in the open, he had to be aggressive and efficient. Cade Cunningham, 11 of 18 with 28 points.
Also 9 boards. Anunoby lines it up. Bottom, but a foul called before the Anunoby shot as Brunson took a shove from Cunningham.
Cunningham just shoved him like Mahorn used to me in practice. Just pushed him right in front of the officials there, and you don't want to make a foul like that. Put Brunson on the free throw line here with 1:46 left here in this third quarter.
I feel like you have some stuff you need to work out with Rick Mahorn because it pops up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we were good teammates, but he was hard. You know, he was hard on me, and you know, sometimes unfair, and you know, we can
let it all out.
Yeah, it'll come out throughout the night.
Upcoming NBA playoff schedule tomorrow night. NBA TV's got you covered. The Bucks and the Pacers game 2. TNT, Grizzlies and Thunder. The Lakers hosting Minnesota. Go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app for more info. So the rebounding numbers, Duren's got 10, Harris has 10, Cade Cunningham has 9. It's 37-25 Detroit. It's a 10-point game. 1:37 to go in the third. Beasley, swing it, Schroeder. Fake on a 3, drive it, teardrop for Dennis Schroeder.
And a great decision there by Schroeder. Attack the closeout. But Brunson's been able to kind of be more effective here with Asar Thompson on the bench.
Brunson working with Robinson. McBride now in for New York. They try to crowd Bridges with 2. Works around Beasley, baseline, Brunson, out for McBride. Shot clock winding down, McBride. Oh, he banks it in! A 3 on a shot clock grenade. (74-65) Detroit. Under a minute to play in the third. Switch, Cunningham, the jump shot is off. It's an air ball. Pistons felt it was tipped on a deflection. Were they right?
I'm not sure if it was tipped. He might have been hit on the arm right there, but uncharacteristic of Cunningham. But how about that shot by McBride?
He felt Anunoby got a piece. 2-for-1 opportunity. Brunson aware of it. Back in. Turnaround is good. 23 for Jalen Brunson.
And it's been all Jalen Brunson this quarter for the Knicks. Knicks only down 7.
7.5 second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Duren screen for Cunningham. And a kick. So reset it to 14. Brunson is making the case, I didn't kick it, Cunningham kicked it.
Yeah, he might be right. It looked like Anunoby got his hands in there and it went off the left foot of Cunningham, at least from that angle.
Did it hit Anunoby's foot? It does benefit Detroit because now the shot clock and game clock are about a half a second different. 5 to shoot. And Brunson fouls Cunningham as the Knicks had 1 to give. 5.8 on the clock. Tobias Harris pops off the bench, and Josh Hart does the same.
I'll tell you what, if the Knicks can get a stop here, and regardless if they're able to score on the other end, they didn't play great in this third quarter, but to stay within striking distance for the fourth quarter would be a huge win here for the Knicks.
Cunningham, get it in for Harris. Cunningham comes to the ball, trying to fend off Anunoby, and a foul is called at the 2.6 mark of the third. So that's going to send him to the free throw line.
Not what you wanted there if you're Tom Thibodeau. I'm not exactly sure. The way the game has been called tonight, a little bit of a ticky-tack. Well, no, he grabbed his arm right there, Anunoby, but Cunningham once again not settling, attacking, putting the onus on the officials to make a call.
He is 5 of 6 at the free throw line tonight. Cunningham on the verge of cracking 30 points. Bleacher Report is your one-stop destination for all things NBA. Get live scores, breaking news, highlights from today's game. Download the BR app now. Second attempt here for Cade Cunningham, 23 years old in his 4th season in the league. #1 overall pick in 2021. Great size, length, very poised. That ball knocked towards the baseline. Anunoby too late getting that shot off that just hit the rim. End of 3. The Pistons trying to level this series at a game apiece. They've got a 75-67 lead over the New York Knicks. The fourth quarter is coming up from MSG. First round coverage on TNT is presented by NerdWallet.
Back to Madison Square Garden. Cade Cunningham, the all-star for Detroit, has really put on a clinic. Mid-range games, in transition, big bucket, getting to the free throw line, high efficiency. Cade Cunningham playing with purpose and determination for the Pistons. And moments ago, our own Stephanie Reddy caught up with Coach Tibbs.
Thanks so much, Coach. Cade Cunningham has been very well offensively. What do you do to stop him?
Yeah, we got to make him play in a crowd. We got to make a second and third effort.
The physicality level's been pretty high in this game. Who's that to advantage of?
Yeah, no, we both got to play physical. We got to rebound the ball better.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Stephanie, Knicks were down 8 to Detroit entering the fourth quarter in game 1. The 67 points they've scored through 3 quarters, the lowest point total this season through 3 quarters of play. This Knicks team averaged 115.8 points per game. Detroit 75, Knicks 67. We start the fourth here at MSG. Brunson has a screen from McBride. Now a switch. He draws Beasley. Brunson turns the corner, floats it up, gets the call as he hit the floor hard.
It looked like Jalen Duren coming over from the weak side to contest on the drive from Brunson. And maybe after he released it, there was some contact.
And that's number 2 on Duren. Brunson just needed a moment to gather himself.
But I don't love that possession right there for New York. No one else touched the ball. A lot of isolation basketball, which plays, I think, to Detroit's strength on the defensive end. You gotta move the ball, get that defense side to side if you're New York. And I think Brunson, to expect him to do that every possession here in the fourth quarter, he'll be worn out.
Brunson's first miss of the free throw line. He is now 4 out of 5. The Knicks are 5 of 7, so the only other Knick to attempt free throws is Josh Hart. Pistons are 17 of 22. 1 out of 2 for Brunson. 7-point game. Schroeder met by Brunson, double team. It leaves Harris open. He takes the mid-range shot and nails it.
And a nice 2-man game with Cunningham getting a breather here to start the fourth. We got Tobias Harris and, of course, Beasley capable of stepping up.
15 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double for Tobias Harris, native of Long Island. Brunson has a screen from Towns, who's been quiet. Brunson, feed it, Hart, jumper, short. Rebounded by Beasley. Pistons lead by 9.
We're going to milk it. Just continue this 2-man game here. Harris and Schroeder in screen and roll action. Get the switch you want.
Harris looking. Beasley off the rim. Three-pointers have not had a huge impact here. Pistons are 4 of 21. The Knicks are 8 of 25, and Thompson can't believe he was called on the foul.
And that was one of those plays where it looked like the official called the foul once Brunson fell and lost the ball. Not sure if Brunson hadn't fallen there. A good defense, I thought. Although maybe his foot got tangled up with Thompson there, but Detroit, what's been impressive, it's the first time this year for me seeing them live in person. The length they have on the perimeter, multiple guys shuttling in and out, throwing a lot of different guys at Brunson, trying to wear him down.
Brunson will toss it in. And Anunoby replaces Robinson. Robinson sits. He has logged 20 minutes of action. McBride trying to get involved here. 10 to shoot. McBride got a three.
And right there, great pull-up jump shot. J.B. Bickerstaff mad at Duren for not getting up on McBride on that last play.
They tried to blitz Cunningham, who got rid of it. And now Schroeder handles it, defended by Brunson. Switch with Hart. That means Brunson is with Harris. 5 to shoot. Shot clock is winding down. Schroeder! Off the rim, backboard, and down for Dennis Schroeder. And it quiets the crowd with 9:45 to play. Brunson takes the alley, blocked by Duren. Brunson is there for the rebound. Anunoby swing, McBride out for Brunson, 9 to shoot. Brunson stripped of the ball, gets it back. Brunson fighting on the inside. And a tie-up.
And I'll tell you what, Ian, that was an impressive defensive possession there from the Knicks. Multiple effort. On the previous play, though, McBride one-on-one with Duren. Duren giving him too much space. McBride not known for driving to the rim. And, of course, on the other end, Schroeder answering, getting the soft touch on that three-pointer.
Jalen Brunson getting down and dirty. Trying to steal this. Knock away. Beasley chasing it down. Beasley accelerates and misses the jam. But he's fouled.
And Ian, on that jump ball right there, the great presence of mind from Dennis Schroeder to deflect the ball, tip it out, knowing that Beasley was down the court. The veteran play from the backup point guard, and a tough fall there by Beasley. Wow.
Schroeder is very savvy, tremendous vision, and recognized that if he tapped it that way, Beasley would have the best angle to get it, and it turns into 2 free throws.
I'll tell you, he's been a great fit for this team off the bench.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Let's get more from Stephanie.
Hey guys, you know that there are several players that are up for end of season awards in this game. Well, Malik Beasley is up for 6th man of the year. I spoke with him about it this morning. He said he definitely had a goal to start this season. He wanted to be the most improved player, but it ended up being 6th man. He said he's really excited about it. He hopes he gets it. He understands there are other players having good seasons. He mentioned Peyton Pritchard, of course, is doing well. But he said if he has to say something for us to go from 14 wins to 44 wins, I think that right there should be the bread in the pudding. So take that for what you will, guys.
And Cade Cunningham is a finalist for most improved player in that category. Shot clock is winding down. Knicks have nothing going right now. And Anunoby connects.
And you're right, nothing going, but Anunoby, McBride, Brunson bailing out with tough shots. Good defense, better offense.
Reed hands to Schroeder. Schroeder's jumper off the mark. And Anunoby grabs it. Detroit 82, Knicks 73. Brunson back in, spin, off the drop step, bingo.
Great poise and patience and footwork there on the interior for Brunson.
You look at Jalen Brunson's cheeks, it looks like he's been in a fight.
His left side of his face is red.
Roll to the rim, Reed converts.
And right now, this small lineup here, you got 4 shooters on the perimeter. Reed wide open for the easy 2.
Brunson one-on-one. Reed helping from the side. Anunoby can't hit the 3. Hart trying to track it down, and he does. Schroeder was there and then knocked out of bounds by Reed. Hart is asking why there was no call as he got his legs taken out from under him.
I'll tell you, don't tell me these teams don't want it. Both guys, multiple efforts, diving on the floor. This is playoff basketball at its best.
Anunoby, the trigger man. Pistons continue to keep the Knicks at arm's length. Hart mishandled it initially and then couldn't finish. It threw off the timing. Cunningham gets through the first wave. Cunningham can't finish with the left hand, but he is going to the free throw line.
And right there, Cunningham, his ability to handle the basketball and take on the contact. Great balance, could have easily lost it there. Fouled by both Brunson and Hart, and still able to get to the basket. Almost a 3-point play opportunity.
They're going to get Hart on the personal foul. Cunningham, a pair of free throws here at the 7:42 mark. TNT is your new home for Roland Garros. Watch the stars of the tennis world descend on Paris beginning May 25th on TNT and stream it on Max. John McEnroe will be on the call. Brian Anderson will be calling Roland Garros as well.
And Andre Agassi.
That's right.
Just joined the team.
It's going to be fun. Always is. Cade Cunningham, 31 points, 10 rebounds. And the Pistons now in front by 11.
I'd like to see Karl Anthony Towns get in the low block. He's got Harris on him. He's spending most of his time on the perimeter, which plays to Harris's advantage.
Towns, kick, McBride, can't hit the 3. Karl Anthony Towns is 5 of 11, 10 points, 4 rebounds, has not scored in the second half. Cunningham, blocked by Towns, but somehow it's guided through by Reed.
How about that extra effort? Wow.
We are seeing no signs of a 21-0 run like we saw in game 1 from New York. McBride fouled on the baseline. 6:55 remaining in the fourth. Cade Cunningham leading the way, but others contributing along the way for Detroit. First round coverage on TNT is presented by NerdWallet. We welcome you back to the Big Apple, where Detroit's got an 88-75 lead over the New York Knicks. In game 1, it was the 9:06 mark when the run began for New York. Brunson re-entered the game. 21-0 run. The Knicks went 9 of 11 from the field. The Pistons missed 10 shots, and the game turned. But the Pistons have shown in this game 2 all the resistance that has been required to maintain the lead. And doing it with this very loud Knick crowd at the Garden. Brunson! He nails the corner 3.
And I like the call from Thibodeau out of the timeout. Get Brunson moving with the pin down. Able to get free for the easy 2. They're going to have to get stops here on this end, New York, and chip away at this lead.
It's a 10-point game. Schroeder is fouled. So Dennis Schroeder lulling the Knicks to sleep. 3rd personal on Brunson. And Schroeder to the free throw line.
And Schroeder almost the perfect backup point guard. And I love that J.B. Bickerstaff plays him alongside Cunningham. Great decision maker. But he's got the swagger and the confidence. Almost plays like he should be a starter. Unafraid of the matchup against Brunson.
The New York starting front court just 5 points in the second half. Towns is yet to score. You see the marks on Jalen Brunson's body, and we mentioned the pinkish hue on his left cheek.
We're going to have to find some energy. You saw Cam Payne, who in game 1 was Tremendous 14 points, 11 in the fourth quarter. Only 4 minutes here tonight in this matchup. So Thibodeau going to ride his starters here these last 6 minutes, 20 seconds.
Call is made, and it will be Beasley. Beasley just said playoff basketball. He just said it 4 times.
I think he said
just the 5th time.
The 5th time. He might say it 6.
I'm going to keep an eye. Nope, 5.
Okay, just 5.
That was it. 4th team foul against Detroit. Brunson gets it in for Bridges. He's defended by Thompson. High screen, Hart. Hart attacking, stumbles, foul on Duren. So that's going to put Hart to the free throw line at the 6-12 mark.
And I'm not sure if Hart stumbled before the contact. Yeah, there's a little bit of contact there as Hart lost his footing. And Hart has had success a few times in this half, driving, seeking contact, and getting to the free throw line.
That is the 3rd personal on Jalen Duren. It's been a quiet offensive night for Josh Hart. Just 4 points, 1 of 5 from the field. He wills that one through. Detroit up by 11. New York Knicks, Eastern Conference semifinals each of the last 2 years. They have not been to the conference finals since 2000. The starters average 35.8 minutes per game. That is #1 in the league by a lot. Robinson has logged the most minutes off the bench with 20. Pistons have spread it around a bit more. Lob it upstairs, caught by Thompson. Battling with Brunson. Thompson fades, short, pulled the string on it. 10-point game, 5:42 to go. Hart, bounce it, Brunson. Trying to create some space. Brunson leans in, draws the foul on Thompson.
Just a smart heads-up play by Jalen Brunson. The length of Thompson right there all over him. Just a nice step back, great shot fake. And once you get Thompson in the air, Brunson will make you pay. And of course, that's Thompson's 5th foul. Couldn't come at a better time for New York.
And it sends Brunson to the free throw line. 5:34 to go. And I'm just looking at the board here. That is 6 on Thompson. He has hit the quota.
Oh,
they were late to update on the box score here courtside.
I stand corrected, and certainly a big loss. Thompson has harassed Brunson all night. But once again, everything's been a struggle offensively this second half for the Knicks.
2 out of 2 for Brunson. 31 points. 90-82 Detroit. We're down to 5:25 to play in the 4th. Anunoby gets in the face of Cunningham. Beasley gives up his dribble. Schroeder back out for Beasley. Pump fake with 5. Duren leaves it for Beasley, lets it fly. Offensive foul. Jalen Duren shifted the body.
And they like that. Duren's so good, the dribble handoff, setting a screen. But Bridges tried to run right through the screen and made the officials make the call. It looked like there Duren turned a little bit, didn't need to turn. And that little turn with the right shoulder led to that offensive foul.
Brunson comes to the ball. We're going to hit 5 minutes to play in the 4th. Brunson makes his move, flips it in. Not a complete unknown, Jalen Brunson. 90-84 Detroit. Beasley bounce, Duren in a crowd, and he's hacked. That's going to be the 4th team foul on Tom Thibodeau's team.
And smart right there. Duren right at the paint. Foul him before he can gather. But right now the Knicks finding some life and some momentum here in Detroit. Only up 6 now after controlling the second half. Will it be a repeat of Saturday? We'll see here. But can they keep their composure as the Knicks are finding some rhythm?
And what did J.B. Bickerstaff talk about as Brunson just went through the tunnel? He talked about the learning experience that they could gain from game 1. McBride is in. Brunson is out at the 4:38 mark. Cunningham one-on-one with Anunoby. Crosses, backs in. Cunningham, Hart gets a piece, shovels corner. Harris can't hit the 3. And Hart's got the rebound. Anunoby and Cunningham go down. Foul is called.
A great defensive possession there by Anunoby, taking the challenge as
Hart and Schroeder now get into it. Schroeder thought Hart threw the ball at him. It was actually the official who tossed it.
And we talked earlier, playing physical, but keeping your emotions if you're Detroit. You saw Cunningham, I think, frustrated, thought he got fouled maybe on this play, able somehow to get the ball out, but then getting tangled up with Anunoby now leads to a free throw. Maintaining your composure for this young team, a must.
That is 3 on Cade Cunningham. It sends OG Anunoby to the free throw line for his first attempts of the night. Five-point game. We got a timeout. The Knicks are on a 7-0 run. A second free throw coming when we come back. The Garden is rocking once again. Presented by PayPal. Coming up, second half of our playoff doubleheader. The Clippers and Nuggets, Kawhi and Jokic. Denver up 1-0 in the series. Keep it here on TNT. Jalen Brunson is back. 4:27 to play in the 4th quarter.
And he did the same thing in game 1. Went to the locker room in the 4th quarter, came back, and the Knicks found a way to win. Will history repeat itself?
Tom Thibodeau was asked about it. He said, yeah, he went to get his cape.
Well, right now for Detroit, this is a test. Closing out games, the hardest thing to learn for a young team in the playoffs. Can they pass this test?
Cunningham drive. Cunningham is fouled. 2 free throws for Cade Cunningham. The Knicks are over the limit. 4:17 to play.
And a smart play right there by Cade Cunningham. Put your head down, drive to the rim. Was able to absorb the contact from Towns. Maybe a little frustrated. Thought he was fouled on that previous play against Anunoby. But a nice play out of the timeout from J.B. Bickerstaff.
That is 4 fouls on Towns. Cunningham is now 9 of 11 at the line. And the Detroit lead is 5. Pistons first team in NBA history to triple its win total from the previous season. They won 14 games last year. 44 wins this year, plus 30.
Well, they had 14 wins just after Christmas this season. And all that they have endured has certainly prepared them for this moment.
Pistons lead the Knicks by 6. We're going to hit 4 minutes to play. Brunson to Bridges. His jumper, no good. And Cunningham grabs the rebound. Double-double for him. 33 points, 11 boards. Cunningham, the lane opens up. Cunningham can't finish. Knocked up in the air, and it's claimed by Bridges.
And a great contest by Towns, not fouling Cunningham on that drive attempt.
Bridges drives in and gets negated underneath. Cunningham swing. Schroeder off the rim, no. And Hart gets in there for the board and a loose ball foul.
And that was a man's rebound by Josh Hart. He goes up with 2 hands, undersized, one of the best rebounders. And Cunningham driving, Towns contesting without fouling. And leading to a missed shot. Good defense on that previous possession by the Knicks.
The 5th foul on Duren. Hart will shoot a pair. Let's check in with Stephanie.
Guys, I've had several conversations with Josh Hart about his rebounding prowess, and he's told me that he attributes his rebounding success to focusing more on tracking the ball and instead of being physical rather than boxing out. He said he's just a will to go get it. I think that's the biggest thing. I see the ball on the board. I just want to make sure I want it more than the next person.
And he's averaged 9.6 rebounds per game this season. He's got another free throw coming. After game 1, they're trying to do the same here in game 2. The question, will Detroit get to the finish line and learn from their errors in game 1? J.B. Bickerstaff talked about staying positive. There were so many good things that he saw from game 1. It's a new experience for a bunch of the young guys. Well, now they've got a game under their belt. This is game 2 and a similar set of circumstances.
And this is exactly what you want right here. You want to be tested again. And certainly for J.B. Bickerstaff, want to pass that test. But the Knicks have not played their great basketball, but they are right here, only down 4.
Pistons have really struggled from three-point territory. 5 of 24. That's 21%. Beasley rims out. Towns couldn't grab it, and he saves it before it hits the baseline. Bridges, pull up, off the mark. And the box out by Duren, who's playing with 5 fouls. Cunningham with a head of steam. Held off by Brunson. Under 3 minutes to go.
Now you got Brunson guarding Cunningham. Do they recognize the mismatch?
Schroeder to Cunningham. Shot clock winding down. Cunningham kicked through the hands of Harris. They're going to run out of time. Shot clock violation.
Well, there's a double team on the baseline. They brought Towns over from the weak side. I think his length caused Cunningham to not throw a clean pass to Harris, who couldn't handle it. And another opportunity here for the Knicks.
15th Detroit turnover. Brunson drives. Brunson fades. Bullseye. 2-point game. 12-2 run. (92-90) Pistons. Cunningham floats it to the rim. The #1 alley-oop combo in the NBA works again. Cunningham to Duren for the big finish.
And what a call by J.B. Bickerstaff. Get Cunningham on that elbow, two-man game. And you called it best. Those two in sync on the alley-oop.
4-point lead for Detroit. Brunson draws the foul on Harris. It's going to be 3 free throws at the 150 mark.
And the tale of 2 halves. Brunson was not getting any of those plays in the first half, and now it seems he's getting every one of those, particularly down the stretch. But look at this little 2-man action. You got to respect Cunningham. The weak side was cleared out. An easy 2 for Duren.
Jalen Brunson, 35 points. He is 7 of 8 at the free throw line. Tobias Harris picks up his 2nd. Three-point game.
And Tibbs might be right. He might have gone back to get his cape again. Brunson has been spectacular here.
Also has 6 assists. He has logged 42 minutes. He has played more minutes than anybody else tonight between these two teams. 12 points in the 4th quarter. 1 more free throw coming for Jalen Brunson. Applying more pressure on the Pistons.
Right now for New York, you have to assume whether Brunson makes or misses this. Defensively, Cunningham will have the ball in his hands. And how do you defend him? Oh!
Missed the 3rd attempt, so it's a 2-point game.
I'm going to run that same play, Detroit.
We're down to 1:39 to go. Schroeder backs it out. Peeks at the clock. 7 on the 24. Schroeder bounces. Duren trying to attack. He put it down low, and it's taken away.
And great hands by Anunoby helping on that drive by Duren.
Brunson handles it. It's a 2-point game. Brunson one-on-one with Schroeder. Brunson drive, dish, Hart's open. He throws it down. Tie game. Get out of the way. Josh Hart. 94-94, 1:07 to go. The last New York lead was 16-15 in the first. Schroeder's jumper, kaboom! It's a 3.
Ice water in his veins. Big time 3. Right now he's going to have to defend. You know, Brunson is going to come right back at him.
Brunson for the tie, no good. Rebounded by Harris, 42 seconds to go. Cunningham. Outside Schroeder. We're down to 12 to shoot, 32 seconds to play. Cunningham, contact, Schroeder, fake it, swing it, corner, Beasley, off the side of the rim. Bridges gets it ahead. Shot clock and game clock are all lined up.
A 2 doesn't hurt right now if you're Detroit.
Brunson drives. Brunson dish. Bridges for the tie. Short. Knocked over to Duren. 9 seconds left. And he's fouled Schroeder with 8.1. Knicks had chances, could not cash in. And now Dennis Schroeder heads to the free throw line.
Yeah, Bridges wide open there on that 3-point attempt. 3 for 11 tonight from the 3-point line. But how about this 3 right here? The Knicks tied it up, chipped away at the lead, and Schroeder down the stretch, whether assisting, scoring, the ball in his hands. And right here, this could make it a 2-possession game.
Short. Second attempt for Schroeder. Knicks have 2 timeouts remaining. 8.1 on the clock. First miss at the line tonight for Dennis Schroeder. He's now 4 out of 5.
Right now, it looks like Thibodeau's going to check Mitchell Robinson into the game. Now 2 bigs to maybe rebound the potential miss. You have to assume as Brunson goes out that they will call a timeout. And it also gives a chance to ice Schroeder a little bit more after that missed free throw.
Big one here for Dennis Schroeder. 2-possession game. 98-94, 8.1 on the clock. Schroeder's got 20 points. Pistons trying to bounce back at 2. Neither team has fouls to give. The Knicks have possession, down by 4, 8.1 to play. The size and length of the Pistons has given the Knicks serious problems. Just look at the rebounding numbers, 47 to 34, and collapsing around the rim, making those shots more difficult. Knicks are down by 4. Get it in. Brunson gets a clean look. Off the rim, no. Duren secures the rebound, and he's fouled with 3.6.
And the Knicks got what they wanted. A great double screen there to get Brunson open. Schroeder tried to trail, could not get through. And you wonder, did fatigue play a role there as Brunson comes off? I mean, he's been so good, but the last 4 possessions, missed threes by Brunson, by Bridges. Heavy minutes, 44 minutes from Jalen Brunson here, and it's not enough here down the stretch against this young Pistons ball club.
Duren is now 5 of 5 at the free throw line. He extends the Detroit lead to 5. 3.6 to play. The mood inside the Garden has changed dramatically. The comeback from the Knicks has been thwarted by the young Pistons. On NBA TV, we'll be going right to the action here on TNT as soon as we're done here. 3.6 on the clock. Detroit 100, the Knicks 94. Brunson gets it in, caught by Towns. Brunson will fire, and that's it. The Pistons end the longest losing streak in NBA playoff history. They win their first postseason game since 2008. Detroit holds off New York, and they get the equalizer, 100-94, the final. For Grant Hill, Stephanie Reddy, our entire crew, Iron Eagle, saying so long from the Big Apple. Let's send it to Denver, the Clippers and the Nuggets. Brian.
Краса пришла и ветка белых роз в окно не дышит ароматом. Еще трава полна прозрачных слез, и гром вдали гремит раскатом.
Heaven knows, men know that I love you so much, Jamila. Ooh, yes I do. You left my world and left me so cold. Now I'm wondering how I'm gonna get you back. Hey, nothing about to make it right. Jamila, yeah, payment. Bangan Jamila ba, na dawo gida ban ji muryanta ba. Hey, wayo, a neman mun Jamila. Jamila, don Allah ki dawo gida. Babu abin da zai raba mu har abada. Jamila, na ɓaciwa. Gida, 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 gida. Ooh, no matter what people do or say, this love will never die. If I knew I never hurt you so bad, drinking so much, too much women.